All right, let's talk about basic movement blocks with Scratch. So over under the movement tab, which is your very first category of things, you have different movement blocks. You have, move 10 steps. And if I actually double click on this, my character, let's zoom in a little bit. He will just move 10 steps in the direction that he's facing. And then if I do a little turn right thing on this, or maybe not even attach him, I can rotate him like this every time I click it, and he'll rotate. These aren't used as common. There's different things you can do with these, but you can add them onto this, and so when I click on this, he'll now move 10 steps and rotate. And then we should probably add an event to this, so we'll just add a space bar. We'll just keep using the space bar as our means to move our character around. Okay, so these are kind of just basic movement blocks, the move 10 steps, and you can edit these if you wanted to do 100 steps. You could do that, and when you press the space bar, he's going to move 100 steps, which is quite a distance, right? If I set that up there and move 10 steps. Oh, let's get rid of the backdrops. We'll get rid of this code right here. Okay, so let's go back to our character. So now we just have a basketball thing there for him right now. So when I press the space bar, he's going to move 100 steps, and you could do 1,000 steps. You could do a lot of steps here. You could even do decimals if you wanted to do like 5.5 steps. You could do that, and it would move 5.5 steps. So that's kind of the basic movement with the turns, and you can turn different degrees. You could have it turn 45 degrees instead of 15 degrees, and we could attach that. And now he's going to turn at a 45-degree angle, kind of like that. Okay, so that's just kind of the basic movement thing with your character. Now there's other movements. For example, if I wanted to set up where I'm going to program different keys, or I wanted to kind of move around the screen, or I wanted it to move towards something, I can use a point in direction. So I could tell it that I wanted to point in direction, and we could say to the right. And this would be helpful if I was programming different keys. So for example, if I have the right arrow, I could program the right arrow, and that character is going to move to the right. If I wanted it to be to the left, I can actually drag this over here to the left, and then select left arrow. And when I press the left arrow, now see how he's going to the left, but he's rotating, which we don't want him to do that because we don't really want it to move upside down. And so you could go to directions here, right here in the lower right hand corner, and you can click on that, and you can actually just lock your character in. You could just select this, and then essentially whichever way I have these on here, he's just going to keep moving in that direction, and he won't rotate. You can also use one of these options right down here, which is set rotation style, which is really kind of cool. You can actually, every time I press the left and right arrow, it's going to keep that left and right, and then I could actually drag out a new event, and I could make it, let's say, an up arrow. And maybe for the up arrow, I do want him to rotate because I want him to move 10 steps, and I don't want him to rotate at all, but I want him to point in a direction. And so if I point in the direction that I want him to go, and we're going to say he's going to go up. Now currently right now when I hit the up arrow, it's going to do this, but if I hit left arrow, that's going to lock him in. And when I hit the up arrow, it's now still locked into that left right. But what I could do is just go ahead and set that rotation style for just this key to all around. And that way when I press the up arrow, he's going to actually rotate that way. And so when I press the up arrow now, it's going to face that direction. Just a different way to look at it. You can also have these characters, instead of using this type of thing with the steps and the point in direction, is you could actually just set the X. You could set the X or change the X location of the character. So for example, if I'm pointing to the right, the X axis of these goes left and right. So if I want to add 10, that character is going to, let me lock his rotation for right now. When I press that right arrow, it's going to move 10 steps along the X axis. If I wanted it to be a left arrow like this, and I could do -10. Now the nice thing about that is it doesn't actually rotate, although you may want to have it rotate. So again, you could set the rotation style and have it do that. Now for the up and down arrow, instead of the X axis, you're going to change the Y. Okay, so if I wanted to move up, I'm going to just have it go up by 10. If I wanted it to go down, I'm going to just make this a negative 10. So there's just different ways you can have the character move. You can use, the basic moves and the turns and things like that, or you can actually have it change the X and Y axis. It's completely, just depends on how you want your program to run. And then of course the rotation styles is really helpful to put that in there, and then your character is facing the proper direction, the direction that you want it to face. So just something to consider here, and how you move a character around the screen using an event key. Okay, hopefully this helps you, and good luck in your learning of Scratch.